pass it on to Unique whenever he joins.
Great.
We are live.
Nikita, you're on.
Spotlighting Nikita.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 198 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Nikita, your sergeant at arms for today. At Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that it may not be possible to stop the recording or pause the recording. Please be advised that any behavior that disrupts the flow of this meeting will result to removal from the meeting without any warning. Please ensure that all your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. You have 5 seconds to check that. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches as far as possible. Keep your videos on, audios off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others that you'd like to have for yourself. Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and general evaluator. Please ensure a smart audio and video check before handing over to any respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself prefix as the role that you're playing and suffix with any external club that you belong to. We encourage you to please use Zoom emoticons generously to encourage our role players. We sincerely request you to not indulge in any chat messages, especially when a speaker is on stage. Reiterating, please stay on mute until asked otherwise. Polls will be launched after each section and it will be closed shortly after. Now, I'd like to introduce the presiding officer if he's here.
Nimit will be for the time being.
Sorry?
Nimit will be the presiding officer for the time being.
Now I'd like to introduce the presiding officer for today, who has been a president of this Turning Point Toastmaster Club in this previous term, and he has done a tremendous job with taking Turning Point Toastmasters to another level. Please welcome Nimit Mittal.
Thank you, Nikita, for opening the meeting on a high. So can we have a huge round of applause for Nikita and huge round of applause for yourself? On Thursday evening, we all have gathered here to witness one of the finest meetings we would have ever, right? So welcome to all the guests. I see a few guests who have joined in and a few others who are joining. So Abhinav, then we have Zoe from District 118. Welcome to you, Zoe. All right, and we also have a few new members joining us. So I hope that this meeting and beyond is a great experience for them in their Toastmasters journey. So I'm just filling in the shoes of our current president, Unique, who is stuck somewhere and would be joining us very soon. But yes, I welcome formally to you all to this very special meeting number 198 of Turning Point Toastmasters. Let us abide by what the Sergeant at Arms initially asked us to have a very interactive and a very energetic meeting altogether. So can I request all of you to please switch on your videos? And a quick check if I shall begin with a couple of announcements. Okay, I see Unique has come in now, so I don't really have to fill in anymore. So I would like to hand over the stage to our current president, Toastmaster Unique.
Why don't you both remain on the spotlight? I have spotlighted you both because the announcements which are about to follow require you both to be spotlighted. All the best. Over to you, Unique.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit, and sorry for the delay on my side. I was stuck in a very bad traffic jam, so hence my face also seems a bit deceived. So first of all, welcome all of you to the latest edition of Turning Toastmasters meeting. So first of all, I would like to welcome all the guests who have joined us today. So I see that we have Tarandeep Kaur joining us today, and Zoe has also joined us today. And I think those are the only guests as of now. And I will get back to you guys in the last section of the meeting when we have to go to get your feedback as well as for the table topic session. So a few major announcements I have to make uh, today. So just give me a second. I want to share my screen. Host, could you please give me the co-host access? Thank you. So, first of all, a lot of new members have joined us lately, and we, on the behalf of our entire club, would like to welcome them in to the club. So, I would Parda Day, Abdul, Ragini Rajpal, Hina Verma, Rama Chopde, Chandra Prakash Pandey, Gaurav Singla, and Samriddhi Garg. They all have joined us in the last few weeks. And on behalf of entire club, I extend welcome to you, and hopefully you have a very knowledgeable journey, and maybe we all learn from each other on the way. Next, as always, our TPTM members have been contributing to our Toastmaster community, and they have been contributing in various capacities. So first of all, a huge round of applause for Arunima Bindal. She participated as a timer in an club contest, Ajmer Toastmasters Club contest, and there was some issue with the PPT. I'm not able to show her certificate right now, but uh, for the she was timer at an club speech contest. And our member Toastmaster Haritika, who is also our current secretary, she she was a contest chair not once, not thrice, but not twice, but thrice last week. She was the contest chair in 2 area contests and 1 club contest. So a huge round of applause to Haritika as well. And last but not the least, in terms of member achievement, Toastmaster Anant has received the Smedley. So I hope you are able to see my screen. Toastmaster Anant has received a Smedley Silver Award for adding 2 members to a Turning Point Toastmasters. So this is an initiative from Turning Point Toastmasters. So if you uh, if you motivate other people to join Toastmaster Club and contribute in their personal development, so this is a token of appreciation from Toastmaster International for the same. And now I would like to make now all our members have contributed to the Toastmaster fraternity and made TPTM proud. And with these simple major contributions and many other over the last few months, over the last few months, TPTM has reached a status where it has won many different awards at district as well as division level. So I would like Toastmaster Nimit to please one by one share the awards as I announce them. So we have received the list is pretty long. So I would like to start first with the Fantastic Five Award. So we have received this Fantastic Five Award because we completed our 5 of the 10 DCP goals before 30th of November. So a huge so first of all, before we announce all the awards, so these awards have is a cumulative effort from the last few months, as I previously mentioned. So it's important to mention here that there is a huge role for the past EC and the EC that was even before that in these awards. And after the Fantastic Five Award, the second award we have received is the Rising Star Award. So it was the criteria for this award was to add new members in the last year itself and getting all our officers trained. So kudos to all who have contributed in this as well. Then we won the Acceleration Award. This was for adding 15 members in a year. So kudos to the membership team from the current TC as well as the past TC for making this possible. And kudos to all the members for setting such high standards in this meeting that new members want to join and start their journey of public speaking. And the next one, we received a transformation award, which was basically achieving all our 6 pathway goals out of the 10 goals. So this was again kudos to the education team for motivating the members and to members for diligently taking up their project seriously. And next, we also received Distinguished Ahead of Time award. And last but not the least, the big one, we also received the Golden Gavel Award. And this is a very multifaceted award. So for a club to receive, it has to receive this award, it has to work on various parameters. So this involves adding new members as well as retaining new members, also coaching other clubs which are struggling, training your officers to perform their duties properly, as well as having a PR presence beyond the club, as well as at district level contributing to the district conferences. So these are all the awards we have received, and I would like to congratulate all of you, and kudos to all of you, and let's have a huge round of applause for all of us. I had to write all this because generally my memory is okay, I can remember things, but with such a huge list of achievements from both members and clubs, and the club as a whole, I had to write a lot of stuff, and hence the weird eye contact with the camera. But anyways, let's proceed with the meeting for today. So today, again, a very exciting session. It's a very futuristic session, and I think our Toastmaster of the day is the correct person to have envisioned this theme. So with a huge round of applause, I would request you to welcome our former Sergeant at Arms, our current VP Education, as well as an active area director. He is a man who wears multiple hats and wears all of them very well. With a huge round of applause, please welcome our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyani.
Thank you so much for showering the rains over us of so many awards. That was exhilarating, to say the least. Thank you so much, Unique and Nimit and the teams who have worked under you. Can we have a round of applause to begin by just thanking these two wonderful gentlemen? Now, the second thing I would want to highlight over here is, I don't know what came to your mind hearing the word 2050 as a theme. No, certainly I'm not going to talk about my wife and my kid who will become perhaps 60 and 30 in 2050, because Rupinder has explicitly told me not to talk about my wife and kid anymore. I am going to talk about something that is taking shape around us without even us realizing that. And that is the world as we know, how the technology is shaping it all around us. I'm not sure about Jim. Jim comes probably from a different generation. You can see both of us together frame by frame. We look quite different age-wise. I'm more closer towards Zoe or Nimit or Abhinav for that matter. But I'm sure Jim is the right person to ask. Jim, are you from that generation which has seen the computers completely evolving from where it had been to where it is today, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I started working, we had to send, we're in a big organization of 33,000 staff, and we had to send messages every morning, and we did it by teleprinter. And a teleprinter is where you have this big ball and it hammers away like a typewriter automatically, and we feed it with a ticker tape. It's a long, thin tape with some holes in it. So the girls had to feed it into the machine. And if there's just a slight, moving to the side, it rips in half. And, you have to glue it back together and start again. And that would go on for 4 hours overnight. And it would make a huge racket. I remember I was 10 when the Apollo landing happened.
Oh,
and just
wow.
before the Apollo landing happened, that was the time when we got our first TV, and it was a black and white TV. And I still remember, up to now, all the changes that we've had.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jim. Now, you talked about when you were 10. I will tell you when I was 10, what happened in my household. My father brought the first ever computer, a PC, in our house. And it wasn't just the first PC in my house, it was in the entire village. And that PC was kept. Okay, when you enter my old house, inside the hall, there was another room internally, which was kept cooler than the usual because of the computer. And there was a strict instruction outside: keep your shoes, slippers, every footwear away outside, because if you bring them inside, the computer will catch the virus. I don't know. No, what kind of virus it would have caught. From that moment onwards, fast forward to 2020, there is another virus which has completely taken over all of us, all our lives, isn't it? So from that virus, Windows 95 generation virus, to the virus which has like in 2020 generation, the world has changed so rapidly. While people like me, we have grown up, people like Jim who have overgrown, people like Rupinder who are refusing to grow up, well, the world lives on. Now, what happens fast forward 30 years later? Let's speculate today, isn't it? I think we can speculate a little bit because something is rapidly changing around us. The way we shop, the way we grow our crop, the way we make a stop at a gas station, at a grocery store, everything is changing. My first prediction about 2050 is, hold your breath. It is about the power of a laptop, the mobile, and the power of a mobile now coming into a smartwatch. What next? The power of a smartwatch coming into the form of a bionic chip. You don't have to carry a communication device. You just have it implanted inside. You just have to change from a Vodafone to Airtel or a whatever mobile service provider you have in your regions. Just a click of a button or just a tap of a finger, and you will have a Star Wars like holographic image popping up. You can see the faces of your dreaded mentor Rupinder over there, who will probably ring you up in the middle of the night, and it will just vibrate your arm. That's it. That's the first prediction. Well, speak of the devil, Rupinder is playing a critical role today. So before even I move on in the session, a very futuristic heads up to you. Be ready to take a part in an exciting table topic session today. Until then, I request all of the guests, probably 50% of the crowd over here, to switch on their videos. Because now we are going to, before even discussing the future, we are going to discuss how this session will go ahead. It will have the typical 3 sessions: a prepared speech section where we will have just one speaker who will speak in a Q&A manner today. Then we will have an exciting table topic session, and followed by, last but not the least, the evaluation section. The person who is evaluating is a person who arrived late in the meeting, but he's going to overcompensate his lateness today by providing us all the wholesome, sumptuous feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the presiding officer, the man who literally is wearing multiple hats and with such a grace because he has a ponytail to support it. Over to you, Unique Atnuaria.
Thank you, Toastmasters Day, for that very generous and funny introduction. And so I'm playing the general evaluator role for today. As a general evaluator, I would evaluate the various role players in the meeting as well as the meeting as a whole. What I mean by meeting as a whole is that I will also evaluate how we support our speakers and as an audience. So if possible, do keep your videos on as much as possible. And as the Sergeant at Arms previously mentioned, let's not cause any disturbance for the speaker who is coming on the stage. And I have a team of a tag team supporting me on this front. And I would like to introduce my tag team, and I would request the tech master to just spotlight the role player as I mentioned their name. First of all, our timer for today is Toastmaster Haritika Ahuja. So Toastmaster Haritika would be telling us how timely our speeches were. So she has 3 cards at her disposal. So today Toastmaster Haritika would be using a background. So every speaker who comes on the screen please make sure that either you have a gallery view if you are using a laptop, and if you're using a phone, so do pin her background so that when she changes her background, you get the signal. And why will you change the background? So basically there are 3 timing signals. So for every speech or every speaker coming on the stage, there is a minimum time period for which he or she has to speak, and there is a maximum time period. So for the minimum time period, we have the green card, and the timer will announce the timings for the various sections. Sorry, the appropriate role players will mention the timings for the appropriate sections. So green at the just a minute. Green at when the minimum time is qualified, yellow when you are somewhere in between, and it's a signal basically you can start wrapping up, and red is when your time is over, you are into the grace period. So as soon as you see the red card, you will have a 30 seconds grace on the plus side. Means after the red card, you can still continue for 30 seconds in order for you to qualify as a valid speech. So Toastmaster Haritika is going to be taking care of that, and she will share a report in the evaluation section. And next comes our counter. Our counter for today is our very new member, Toastmaster Manisha Sabharwal. So she is going to be taking care of the crutch words we use. So she is going to tell us what are the filler words we are using, like like, so. These are common filler words, and these disturb the flow of the normal speech and distract the audience. So she will be helping us to minimize these kind of crutch words and repetitions so that our speeches can be more fluent. And she is also going to share a report in the last section of the meeting. And last but not the least, the geo of our tag team, the grammarian for today. So Toastmaster Nimit, our immediate past president, is our grammarian today. So he is going to be telling us the good and not so good use of grammar which we made in the whole meeting. And there is also a concept of a word of the day. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Nimit on the stage to please explain the word of the day as well as show us the sample usage. Over to you, Nimit.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to play the grammarian for today. And I am so excited to go on the future ride with our Toastmaster of the day. But as part of this responsibility, let me just share with you the word of the day today. I try to keep it relevant to the theme. So the word of the day can be seen on your screen right now. It is envisage. Okay, it is a verb which means to contemplate or conceive of a possibility or a desirable future event. Or in simple words, we can say to form a mental picture of something. It is pronounced as envisage. It was a lesson for me as well, because I, like many others, perhaps was using it incorrectly. And that is the reason for choosing this particular word to learn further. So it can be used in this way that Toastmaster today is going to envisage our future today. And I envisage everyone to use the word of the day. So every use today would be acknowledged with a thumbs up from my side and all the members here. And yes, I encourage you all to use it very extensively today and beyond. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian. And with all the role players and my tag team, I envisage a great meeting for today. And I hope this usage of this word was correct. But if not, our grammarian will let us know in his report in the last section. And that's the beauty of Toastmaster evaluation. We all get a tiny bit of scope for improvement in every meeting. And with that, I would now assume my duties of general evaluator and get back to you in the last section of the meeting. And for now, let's welcome on stage the futuristic Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator and the entire team. We will be on our best behavior, that I can assure you all. Now, let me ask a specific question to someone I adore, appreciate, respect a lot. Anshuman Mishra. Anshuman, you work in Google. You are practically partially the culprit who is envisaging the whole world as shaping around us. What do you think is your first and foremost prediction for maybe 10, 20, next 30 years? Where do you see the world is moving towards technology wise? Since you work in Google, one line.
Yes, and definitely this topic has made me think. I can't give Google's perspective, but my understanding is that artificial intelligence will play a huge role. And I envision uh, human equivalent beings coexisting with humans, with artificial intelligence adding to our existence a lot. So our thoughts operating a lot of systems, our brain becoming externalized where another being has similar or better brain than us. And it will result into the ethical aspects of it. Will human race be able to survive, not be able to survive? Those are like the higher order questions.
Whoa,
But
whoa, whoa,
definitely,
whoa,
I
whoa.
see artificial intelligence playing definitely a huge role.
What a sudden Armageddon twist that you took. Thank you so much for reminding the um, Terminator franchisee all over again. Let me now just paraphrase what you just said, but in a different manner. Predictive technology, prediction, which is already at a stage where I wasn't a father yet. I was due to become father, but I started getting those personalized ads for nappies and baby products already in my mobile games. So that is where we are already today. You never know. In 30 years, technology might be predicting your future better than an astrologer. There will be professionals who would predict your baby's future even before they are born. An altogether new field of work, isn't it? Well, there is such a breed already existing. My neighborhood aunties who are already predicting what my child would become in future. But let's see how correct, how accurate they are till we reach in year 2050. For now, let me bring on the first and the only prepared speaker for today, who is actually envisaging, who is predicting something already while she delivers. And that is the question you would be asking her, because her project is all about question and answers. So before I invite her on the stage, let me invite Arunima Bindal, her evaluator, on stage to tell us what she would be evaluating her on. Arunima.
Thank you, Anand. So the speech objective for Gayatri is the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about and practice facilitating a question and answer session. The purpose of the speech is for member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. Timer, please note the time length is 15 to 20 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. One more detailed correction timer. Please show the signals at 15, 18, and 20 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, one quick word about this lady. She is a certified individual in the field on which she is about to speak. So she knows a lot more better than I do, some of us do. And this lady is also an eloquent speaker, someone who has risen up the ranks in this club within such a short time of joining us. In fact, I can't exactly take the names of the roles she has played, but the word secret role players, if they ring any bells, she has taken at quite a few stages and helped the community a lot. As you can see, she has suffered a recent injury just the last week, but that hasn't deterred this brave spirit from honoring the commitment that she had made of this speech. So let us, with a thunderous round of applause, invite Gayatri Deshmukh, the speaker, on the stage. Techmaster, please spotlight Gayatri and let us have a quick audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Gayatri, you are audible and you are visible. And I hope you can see Haritika's timing background because she will not be giving any verbal signals. Ladies and gentlemen, Gayatri Deshmukh. Meditation. Meditation, Gayatri Deshmukh.
Everybody at some point in his or her life has heard this thing. Why don't you do meditation? It will help you calm down. Why don't you do meditation? It will relieve you of all your stress and anxieties. But one question often arises. What exactly is meditation? I would like to ask everybody in the audiences, can anybody tell me what is your idea of meditation or what you understand when somebody says, please meditate? Can I have a volunteer?
You have to calm down you have to think, what do you call it, without thinking anything. You have to have a very calm situation. Is the meditation, I think.
Thank you so much, Sherman. Anybody else has some other idea about meditation, which is different from what Sherman just said? Sherman said that it is, yes, Zoe, please tell us.
Well, I think meditation is just like focus on your breathing, in and out, in and out.
Okay, that is a good one, Zoe. Now we have two ideas of meditations. Does anybody have any other idea which is different from what Sherman and Zoe said?
I think, so for me, meditation is a way to calm my mind. And one way definitely, and the most popular way is to watch your breath. But I think for me, dancing is also a way of meditation because it helps me focus. So I think anything and everything that helps us focus and helps keep our mind calm, that's meditation for me.
Thank you so much, Manisha. What I would like to tell everybody is that whatever Sherman said about meditation is absolutely correct. And what Zoe said is also absolutely correct. And what Manisha pointed out is also absolutely correct. I started my journey in the field of meditation way back in 2008. Up until 2008, my idea of meditation was sitting cross-legged with this mudra of my hands on my knees, closing my eyes, focusing in the third eye, right at the center of your eyebrows, and chanting. Do it 21 times, followed by Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Because that is what we had been doing in school for about 10 years. Yes, first standard to 10th standard, we were made to do this regularly. Was that meditation? Yes, it definitely was meditation. But in the year 2008, I discovered that meditation is not just about chanting some particular mantra or simply watching your breath or simply calming your mind without any thoughts. Meditation and the scope of meditation is much wider than what we can understand. In the year 2008 was the first time I discovered the power of meditation through withdrawal of senses. Withdrawal of senses to an extent that if somebody pinched me when I was in meditation, I wouldn't sense it because I had withdrawn all the 5 senses and my breath had gone so slow that I was barely breathing twice or thrice in an entire 1 or 2 minute span. That is all about withdrawal of senses. I practiced that for some time. In the year 2012, there was some personal difficulties in my life, because of which I went for past life regression as recommended by Dr. Brian Weiss. But I did not go for the hypnosis therapy. I decided to take the path of meditation. And it was in this year that I discovered the power of meditation through awakening of senses. Awakening of senses is to awaken your senses to an extent that you can listen to even a pin dropping down amidst all the music going around. That is awakening of senses. To be aware about what is happening around you in spite of the fact that your eyes are closed. your inner eye is able to see everything that is going around you, or something that has happened in the past, or something that may happen in future. This is awakening of senses. So is meditation all only about awakening and withdrawal of senses? How to achieve awakening or withdrawal of senses? After this particular year, 2012, I decided to explore a bit more. I did art of living, I did Vipassana, I went through all the technical aspects of Sufi meditation. I learned all about Reiki, I learned all about pranic healing, and I finally understood how the breath work works. And today, I categorize meditation into three categories. The broad categories are technical, mechanical, and verbatim, which means tantric, yantric, and mantric. Mechanical meditation is something that often a lot of people can identify, or mechanical meditation is something that you often get on YouTube as well under the terminology of transcendental meditation, wherein a voice is guiding you to visualize something or to breathe in certain pattern. That is a mechanical form of meditation, because in this particular form of meditation, you are not actively doing anything. You are simply following the sound that is instructing you. But then there comes a point in our lives when the office and personal life is so, I'm not going to use any cuss word, but you understood what I'm saying, that the sound is coming and it is asking us to imagine some serene location where water is flowing by, you are sitting by the riverside, there is a bridge, and all you can see is that person right in front of you, that face which is not leaving your thoughts. What do we do at that point of time? What do we do when we are unable to help ourselves to come out of that anxiety, that agony, that stress? This is where mantric, which means verbatim meditation, can come for your rescue. How? Maybe your mind is not able to focus, but the power of sound energy has been proven to be very effective. It could be any mantra that you chant, it can create the sound vibrations around you. And those sound vibrations, by your chanting, also develop certain vibrations throughout your body. When we don't talk from our throat, we don't talk from our heart. All the sounds come right from our navel, which means all our muscles, they have their origin in our navel. And if navel is where we start our sounds, where we start our words, the proper words, the proper mantras, if chanted properly, can generate positive vibrations throughout your body, which vibrations in turn help you remove that negativity from your mind. Your physical comfort is very relevant to your peace of mind. If you have an upset stomach, believe me, your mind will be equally upset. The final thing is that you cannot go through mechanical meditation. Mantra chanting is not helping you because you are chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, but that peace is not coming to you. This is an area wherein technical meditation comes for your rescue. What is technical meditation? Technical meditation, which means tantric style of meditation, it essentially encompasses all of the breath work, wherein if you're not able to concentrate your mind where you are asked to, certain yoga postures can help you concentrate your mind in that particular, on that particular area. For instance, this is known as Vishuddhi Chakra. Vishuddhi Chakra as in throat chakra. As a mechanical meditation is going on, and if your meditation instructor is telling you, focus on your throat chakra, and all I can think about is, this happened in office, I have to give this, but then that is my rival, and what will that person tell to other? There is no focus on throat chakra. Then what do? Then I chant this mantra, which can help me focus on my throat chakra. And that mantra happens to be hum. I'm chanting this mantra, hum, hum, hum. But still, in my mind, there are 10,000 things that are going on, and which is why I'm still in my past and I'm unable to focus my attention over here, this throat chakra. What do I do now? This is when some postures, some poses from yoga can come for your rescue. For instance, if you are asked to take this position, this is known as bandha, one of the bandhas. Your entire attention will be over here because that particular posture has forced you to focus your attention on this particular chakra. Remaining in that particular position for some time and then coming in the normal position will activate that particular part of your body, and it will help you focus on that particular part of the body. For throat, this is not the only thing. Another thing that can activate your throat chakra would be to put your hands behind and completely look behind. You can feel the stretch in this particular area. And this is the area where you were expected to focus during the mechanical meditation. Once that particular area is activated, you sit in any position, you will feel sensations in that particular area. Do some crunches. Do some crunches and then sit for meditation. Your entire focus will be on your Swadhisthana chakra and your solar plexus chakra, because that is where you have worked. This is where your technical meditation comes for your rescue. This is an overall view that I understood about meditation over past 15 years of my practice. Now I open this floor. If anybody has any questions regarding meditation, which may be regarding what I just shared with you, or it may be something completely out of the box, which I haven't spoken about, I'm open to any questions.
I have a small question, Latri.
Yes, Sherman.
How to activate the third eye? I think I'll tell you something. If you can keep your fingertips on the navel and breathe in and breathe out, you can keep on the fingertips on the forehead. Is the thing to activate the third eye? I'm just, I have a doubt.
There are several ways of activating the third eye. Third eye is basically the center of your eyebrows. The most popular way of activating the third eye is to have this particular mudra, sit cross-legged, keep these hands on your knees, and chant this particular mantra, Sham. When you chant this particular mantra, Sham, with this particular posture, you can focus your complete attention on the third eye, and then the third eye gets activated. However, third eye is a part of 7 chakras as understood by the spiritual community. And it is advised that you don't focus only on one particular chakra, but you should focus on balancing all the chakras, which means you cannot just focus on one particular aspect. You have to focus on your entire body when you are meditating. Focusing on only one aspect can take away the balance in your life. For instance, you might have observed that there are some people, they are not practical at all. They are so emotional that they will do anything when they are emotional. With these people, their heart chakra is extremely active, which is Anahat chakra. But their Mooladhara chakra, root chakra, is not equally balanced. Each of the chakras represents certain style or certain aspect of your personality. And that is why third eye activation is mostly propagated by meditation instructors, but it is not the right way to do it. One must focus on each and every aspect of their physique, because mind, nobody knows where mind is. Is it here because we think from here, or is it here because we feel it over here? Or is it somewhere in the navel, because when we get scared, the first thing we realize is not in the heart or in the head. The feeling comes in the stomach. You feel something in the stomach when you're scared. So where exactly is the mind? So I personally, as a spiritual instructor, I tell that mind, maybe it travels depending on the situation. Situations depend on how your personality or particular aspect of your personality responds to that situation. And if that happens to be the case, then simply third eye is not going to help. You have to start right from your third eye to throat chakra, to heart chakra, to solar plexus, to your Swadhisthana chakra, and your, of course, your root chakra.
So thank you very much. You are master on the meditation. I just want to check with you the most energy you get from the solar plexus. From the solar plexus, you can transfer through the fingertips to the third eye, the middle of the eyebrows.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have 2 questions.
Yes, Abhinav.
Ma'am, how many chakras are there in total?
There are 7 chakras which are identified, and each of these 7 chakras is somewhere connected to some or other glands by the people who studied biology, anatomy, and also spirituality, that is chakra. So the chakras start right from here. This is known as the crown chakra. Anybody who has activated this chakra never came back to tell how it exactly is. So anybody who tells that we saw this and that, anybody who reached over here never came back, because that person realized everything that was in the world to know. This is your Agya chakra, which is the third eye chakra. This is your Vishuddhi chakra, that is the throat chakra. Then you have Anahat chakra, which is your heart chakra, right at the center. It is not heart where the heart is located, but it is at the center. It is in the line of your nipples, the center of your that particular space. Go a little, let's say 4 to 5 fingers down, that will be your solar plexus, where you feel maximum pain when you do your crunches. Just below the navel, that is 2 fingers below the navel, you will find Swadhisthana chakra, 2 or 3 fingers. Once that is done, then there is root chakra. For men, root chakra can be identified as somewhere 1 finger away from your anus. For women, it is exactly in between vagina and anus. So that will be your root chakra. So these are your 7 chakras.
One more question. I got disconnected for 2 or 3 minutes in this session, so I want to ask: is this an extempore session, or were you prepared for this topic already?
We can connect on this after the session. I will share my personal details with you, Abhinav. We can talk about it.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. Jim, I believe you have a question for me.
Yes, for the mantras, when you're focusing on the different chakras, is it a function of the word? I don't know if they're words, or is it a function of the particular frequency in the sound that vibrates through the body?
So with everybody's permission, I would like to demonstrate something, if that is okay with everybody. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to perform this particular action for the heart chakra. Now, as mentioned to everyone before, that you can simply do a certain mudra and then you can do the meditation. So this is the mudra for your heart chakra. You are expected to place it right at the center of your heart. Close your eyes and you are supposed to chant the mantra, Yum, Yum, Yum. The whole point of this particular mudra is that it connects you to that particular chakra. This is, you do it with your right hand. But like I mentioned before, that if I'm just unable to focus my attention on the heart chakra, this particular position, what can I do? For that, there is this one particular yoga posture which can open your heart completely. I shall just demonstrate it for you. Kindly focus. I am sitting like this. If I remain in that particular posture for some time, then automatically my focus comes over here, because this particular asana or pose is meant to open your heart. So automatically the attention goes to this part and it activates that particular chakra for you. I hope that answers your question, Jim.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, I think Hina had also raised her hand. So I'll take Hina's question and then I'll take your question.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate this, Gayatri. I have two questions. One, how is meditation different from yoga? I have never practiced meditation, so pretty new to this. And second, I don't feel spiritual or religious, so should I still believe in meditation?
Meditation has got nothing to do with religion or spirituality. They are completely two different things. Meditation is all about becoming aware about yourself and becoming aware about your own body and your mind. So you don't have to be religious or spiritual to practice meditation, because meditation is about knowing yourself, not a particular organized religion or a particular thought of philosophy. It's only about you. Your opinion may be different from everybody else. Okay. I don't know if we have any grace period for this particular session. So it's a red card. Can I take another question?
Can I ask you?
Yeah, I was just checking about the time. If general evaluator can allow one more question, we can go for another question.
We can wrap up with one question.
Okay. So we will go for the last question. I think Gaurav had raised his hand.
Yes, Gayatri.
Yes, Gaurav.
I have tried to do meditation once in a while, but I was not able to do it. So, any pointers how to start with the meditation? How we can start doing meditation? Anything that can help me concentrate and start meditation?
Like I just said in my entire speech, if one particular style of meditation doesn't work for you, there will always be another style of meditation which will work for you. You just have to identify what particular style works for you. Maybe focusing on your breath, inhaling and exhaling work for Zoe, but it might not necessarily work for you because both of you are in different situations. Both of you have different personalities. So you will have to identify your personality and then accordingly do your select your meditation. I don't know how many of us are aware, but have you observed when namaz is being read? When namaz is being read, it is not read in one particular position. There are certain breathing techniques, there are certain mudras that are being done, and there are certain sounds that are generated from throat and then from your navel. If namaz read properly, it is one style of Shakti Sanchalan, a very powerful form of meditation. If you have observed a Pandit performing a puja, a complete traditional and technically correct puja, in that particular puja, several mantras are involved which are supposed to be chanted right from the navel and then from the throat. And then there are certain pranayams to be done during the puja, because puja is nothing else but cleansing yourself from within, which is what meditation is all about. It is not about an organized religion or a spiritual philosophy. It is not about that. Meditation is all about you and yourself and your internalization. So the way we wash ourselves every day, the way we take a bath every day, we use soap, we do scrubbing and everything to keep our outer self clean. Meditation is simply something that cleanses you from within. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. Sachin, you may please share your question with me on one-to-one. I shall answer all your questions. On a personal, I'll share my contact details with you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Timod.
Anant, you are on mute.
I try to unmute, but thank you so much for reminding again. And as I was saying, thank you so much, Gayatri, for your inquisitive session, such a knowledgeable, insightful session. The testimony was the overflowing range of questions where we literally had to stop the Q&A session because it was literally going out of our control. But I do appreciate the kind of curiosity audience has shared. Please feel free to bombard Gayatri with personal queries in one-on-one chat. Also take maybe in the interest of time just 30 seconds in order to share a mini feedback to her in personal window. Give maybe one positive and one recommendation. Timer, please give me a signal at maybe 20, 30 more seconds. Thank you. Now, I did have a few more predictions about the future. In the interest of time, I will just name them from my comic book favorite world, all the Spider-Mans and Batmans, but more importantly, all the Captain Americas and all the super soldiers that we have seen. Yes, they are going to be a reality very soon. Talking about super soldiers, I have one super soldier of Toastmasters community for you, who is donning another hat, playing another project while playing the role of table topic master. So Rupinder Singh, DTM, is going to play the role of table topic master. You know how the table topic session works. If not, he will explain in brief. We were supposed to have an online feedback, live on stage feedback for him, but in the interest of time, we will have that feedback offline. So Rupinder, that being said, please enjoy whatever time you are left with. Over to you. Can we spotlight Rupinder and get immersed in his world of table topics? Over to you, Rupinder.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. Before I begin, how many of you, if I were to ask you to do a prepared speech in the next meeting, how many of you would be ready? Show of hands. Show of hands. Rajesh is ready. Jim is ready. Abhinav is ready. Gaurav is ready. Gaurav, are you doing a prepared speech next week?
Yes.
Great. You know, one of the biggest issues that I encounter with people when I ask them to do a prepared speech is the question, what do I give a speech on? But today we're going to answer that question. Just follow me along. So the way table topics works is you've got 1 to 2 minutes, green, yellow, red at 1, 1.5 and 2 minutes. And you've got a 30-second grace on the upper side. So maximum 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you're allowed to speak. Minimum 1 minute. Topics are simple. I'll be copy pasting them for your convenience. So I will pick and choose my victims because I'm in a mood to pick and choose victims. And I'm going to punish Jim because he's been rather irregular in his attendance to Turning Point Toastmasters. Jim, if you could unmute yourself and confirm that you are audible.
I am audible.
Okay, Jim. Jim, a very generic question for you. A very generic question for you coming up on the screen. The way the governance is changing, people are wondering about the future of governments in the going forward. So here is your topic. Jim won. The government will have no relevance in 2050. The government will have no relevance in 2050. Jim won.
When was the first time you realized there was such a thing as government? When I was a kid growing up, there was a government at home. I had lots of rules and instructions, how to do this, how to do that. No elbows on the table. When you leave the dinner table, you couldn't come back. Lots and lots of rules. So I think the first time I ever realized there was such a thing as government was this delegation of very serious looking people coming to my school. And I thought, what's going on? Why are we all in the hall? What are they going to tell us? Who are these people? And they gave us a very serious lecture about something called stress. Now, when I was growing up, I didn't know what stress was. Now, they were talking about when we have examinations or we have some difficulties. And to me, examinations were nothing. They were a chance to show how good I was at maths or science. It was a chance, it was an exciting chance. You know, can I get 100%? Why can't I get 100% every time? And I never knew this word stress. And later on, I found out that some kid jumped off a roof. You know, I didn't know that at the time. But so the government tells you stuff that you really don't need to know, because after that point, I noticed this word stress and people being stressed on the news, on the TV, in school, in classroom. So I think the government really has no relevance later on. We can get on quite well just doing our thing. When you go down to the nitty-gritty, a lot of the work of the government is really not necessary. It can be done by private corporations. Back to you, Rupinder.
Jim, when you said that the government tells you things that I was about to swallow water and it got stuck somewhere in the throat. Thank you for making it humorous and very coughing. All right. For my next victim, I choose someone who's more of a member and less of a guest. Sherman Paris. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sherman, this is a quote that I use very often, especially when I'm going to get yelled at, when I'm going to be called in for a disciplinary hearing. Sherman, one way or the other, tomorrow will be here. One way or the other, tomorrow will be here. Sherman.
Yeah, Mr. Table Topic Master and fellow Toastmasters. Anyway, if you do a effective today or attending something to your life or the work life or any other thing, and somehow you have to face tomorrow. So if you do well today, you can face very positively, successfully tomorrow. For that, actually, you have to have, like Gayatri said, you have to do some meditation. And we are in a very stressful life and very complex, or what you call it, complex environment. For that and some people have taken a lot of responsibilities to all these responsibilities, to balance the work life and the family life. And some people have lost the jobs, and to strike a balance is not that easy. And you have to have very calm and quiet, well-balanced mind. To get a balanced mind, you have to do some meditation or yoga or any other things, or listen to special kind of music, and do what you have to do today. Don't procrastinate. So whatever, do it now itself is the best policy, I can say. So if you do whatever things you coming into the mind or the pending things you attend now itself, then you can face tomorrow. Otherwise, your pending matters of today also adding into your tomorrow's things to do today, to the list, whatever things you can handle. And also, if you sometimes you have to be repent if you can't handle things, if you couldn't handle things yesterday. So better to have a well-planned situation, a calm mind, and think about your responsibility. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Sherman. I gave you that topic because whenever my wife says, sit down, we need to talk, I tell myself one way or the other, tomorrow is going to be here. No point postponing it. So that's where I was coming from. But thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Wonderful thoughts. And you and I are aligned on that. Now, I have a rather difficult topic. So I'm going to open this up to volunteers. Even if you're playing a role, it's a bonus topic. It's a difficult one. Anyone who wants to take it up. Trust me, it is not easy.
Oh, I saw Zoe raise her hand.
Zoe. Okay. Excellent. Zoe, ready?
Yes.
Can we do a very quick audio check? Okay. Zoe, Knowledge is knowing that tomato is a fruit. That is not your table topic. Okay. Wisdom is not putting tomato in a fruit salad. Again, that is not your table topic. Your table topic is the one coming up right now. Zoe, philosophy is wondering if tomato ketchup is a smoothie. Philosophy is wondering if tomato ketchup is a smoothie. Zoe.
Well, which question am I going to answer? Tomato, a fruit, a vegetable, or philosophy? Actually, nowadays, we human beings are experiencing a huge challenge. As we all know, the pandemic, right? It challenges our living style, our works, and also about our health. And also we need to pay more attention to our spiritual health. That's why we need meditation. And nowadays, what role does knowledge or philosophy plays? Because philosophy originally means the love, the pursuit of wisdom. So with internet, we have so much information. It's hard to envisage how our lives will be in 2015. Do we still need to think? Because everything now is automatic. It's even automatic to drive a car. And everything you can write a computer program and run it smoothly and by itself. So my answer to this question might not directly related to tomato or sausage, but I want to highlight the importance of philosophy in our human lives, because that's how we think and we question the meaning of our daily lives. And that's our attitude towards the swift changing society and the globe. No one knows what might happen tomorrow. One way or another, tomorrow will be there. And the best way to face the uncertainty is to keep what makes us human is the continuous spirit of questioning. And that is what I think knowledge is and the philosophy is. Back to Rupinder.
Thank you, Zoe. I envisage that your mentor will be very proud of you. The reason you got this question was because I'm having family troubles. My son threw this question to me, and I decided to take it out on you poor folks over here. Now, my next victim that I choose by choice is Hina Verma. Hina Verma, if you could please unmute yourself and turn on your video if possible.
Yes.
Okay, Hina, here's a topic for you, slightly long one, but I'm going to copy paste it for you, your convenience. Hina Verma, a bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Hina Verma.
Thank you, Rupinder. I was envisaging when will you call out my name, my biggest threat, and that happened. I couldn't have asked for any better gift today, and you gave me this beautiful topic. It's interesting that every time I watch out of my window, I have a beautiful tree here, and I have lots of birds coming and chirping on the branches. And every time I ask myself, what is that they're trying to say? Is that a question for me, or is that a suggestion to me? And it kind of leaves me a little pondering on what has been the journey which they have undertaken. And it allows me to reflect back on my own journey as a human being, as someone who's transitioned to various cities, and now probably at a phase of life where I'm asking myself, what is that I want to do next? Is it about answer questions, or is it about I want to create something meaningful for self or others? A bird, a creation of nature by design, has got a gift to make sounds which can either be noise to the few who listen, or the same sound can be music to the others. But the reality is, for the listener who is trying to find meanings for their own questions, it is the music which has answers to me. It is the music which allows me to be able to shape my thinking on what I want to be. It probably sings some beautiful songs to me, which is a reflection of the questions which are unanswered to me. So a bird does not sing because it is trying to answer, but it is actually singing. It has a song, and the song which is weaved in the lives of us and what we want to be. Thank you. Over to you, Rupinder.
Thank you so much, Hina. Uh, I was about to give a speech in a speech contest, and this was my WhatsApp status. And someone, I think it was Unique, he mentioned to me that your WhatsApp status is actually what you should be doing on stage. And that is when I realized that when I go on stage, I'm not going on stage because I want to win. I'm going on stage because I have a speech. Hence, a bird does not sing because it has an answer, it sings because it has a song. We are in the presence of greatness, people. We have joining us all the way from Jamestown, New York, a person who answers to the name of Sheila McIntyre. She was my table topics master in the last meeting, and it is time for some payback. Sheila, if you could unmute yourself and make yourself audible and visible.
Hello.
Hello, Sheila, and here is your topic coming up on the chat window. Sheila, the past is a reference, not a residence. The past is a reference, not a residence. Sheila.
Fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster of the Day, as well as Table Topics Master. Greetings to everyone. The past is a reference, not a residence. I absolutely love this topic. It resonates with me so clearly. The past gives us the ability to look back and see all of the good and bad, indifferent things that have happened to us in our lives. What makes me so happy to have this topic is, as I've looked back quite recently on so many things that have happened in the past, I've realized that it definitely is not where I live. Going forward, today we have the present, which often people have said is indeed a present. Very true, a gift indeed. The present day, as well as going into the future, we look and see what's happening around us, but we're guided by the things that have happened to us in the past, the things that have molded us, the things that have created in us our personality, that have shaped us, that have given us the ability to learn from the mistakes and things that have happened. But not only that, we also look back at all the good times and the people that are in our lives, and we enjoy the things that they give to us, that they bring to our lives. And we realize that we can't live in the past, but we certainly can live in the present. We enjoy the time that we have with each other. We learn from the things that we've made mistakes in, and that makes us a better person. It helps to create in us the ability to share with other people so that they too can perhaps learn from our experiences and be saved the hurt and misery we've gone through. Hopefully, we can share not only our tough circumstances, but also our blessings and the things that we bring to our lives and to others in a way that will make them a better person as well as ourselves. Again, the past is just a reference, not where we're to live. Live for today and for tomorrow. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Sheila. I totally forgot that while you were my table topic master last week, you're my general evaluator next week, and I'm playing the Toastmaster of the Day. and I realized that I've made a mistake over here. But let's ask Geeta Kashyap to unmute herself and if possible turn on her video. Hi Geeta.
Hello, hi.
You are audible. Geeta, here is your topic. Geeta Kashyap, be stronger than your excuses. Be stronger than your excuses. Geeta Kashyap.
Thank you so much, Rupinder, for that amazing topic. Be stronger than your excuses. We are all humans. Whenever we make a mistake, we love to make excuses, one or the other excuse. When life is not very good with us, when we face the adversities of life, we try to make excuses. We try to blame people. We try to blame people. So and so was not good to me. So and so had done something very wrong to me. No wonder my life is not smooth. So instead of making excuses and blaming people for yourself, try to be strong enough. Be brave and strong. Face the adversities with equal zeal and enthusiasm. It is very, very important that when you fail, when people, they may have affected your life to a great extent, but that does not mean you keep blaming or you keep cursing God at times. Many a time we keep blaming God. Why did you do this to me? God, why did this happen to me? Why me? On the other hand, why don't we think that God has done this to me? There is some way. God has his own way. And it's only in future when we face the adversities bravely, when we face all these problems bravely, we realize that later, only later, when things work out smoothly and things go very fine, we realize that God had his own way. Man proposes, God disposes. So many a time we do this. So let us learn from our mistakes, be strong enough to face those adversities and problems of life and not to sit back and curse. There are people, I know a number of people, and many a time we ourselves too. There are people who have to blame for each and every, even small little things happening in their life, a small problem. And they keep blaming the whole world around for that problem and they do not proceed, especially these days. Don't we find so many children, so many people around us? Look around and you find people getting into depression. That is because they are in the habit of blaming others. On the other hand, let us learn to accept and be very brave and courageous to face the problems in life. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Geeta, for sharing those nuggets of wisdom. I totally agree. And the why me also sounded somewhat familiar. I'm pretty sure that a very famous person said it at one point in time. Okay, moving on. I have the last or the second last topic, and I would want volunteers. Otherwise, I can very well do an inky pinky ponky and choose by myself. Anybody who wants to go?
You have time till 8:25 in case.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Oh, we're not
No
at
worries.
our last topic, so I get to choose
No worries.
my
We are just getting your feedback offline, so that is how you have some extra time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Rohitash Bhaskar, would you be willing to take on a topic, please?
Sure.
Are you a Toastmaster?
Yes, I am from RAL Toastmaster Club.
Excellent. Here is your topic coming up on the screen. Many times we get swayed by other people's opinions. This is an answer to that. Rohitash Bhaskar, always remember that you had a purpose before anyone had an opinion. Always remember you had a purpose before anyone had an opinion. Rohitash Bhaskar.
Thank you for the wonderful topic that you have given to me today. And I was also envisaging whether I will get a chance to speak or not today, but thanks to the TMOD that I got my chance. All of us have some purpose in our life, and we continuously strive to get outcome that we desire in that direction. Whenever we are making some progress, we are achieving some milestones, we feel happy about it. But during the journey of that path, always we get so much distractions, on our way. Consider this today's life. On the internet, we have abundance of the information available on the internet. It's It's with us only what we decide to consume over the internet. My purpose was to enhancing my skills, public speaking skills, or leadership or the communication skills. That purpose kept me not choosing or consuming any other information, but to logging into this Toastmaster session that was going on. And that is the reason this purpose brought me here. People might have different opinion. Since I am at home, I have chance, I can do multiple courses, I can apply for the another job, etc. But it's me who need to decide what's the my purpose, be it short term, mid term, or a long term goal. And accordingly, I need to make choice, because only I'll be affected or bearing the consequences that the choices I'll be making. So I should not blame anyone else for the decision that I'll be taking for the my purpose. And that is the reason it's good to take opinion from the others, because sometimes you cannot think on that directions and people give you different point of view, different ideas. It's always good to hear about the opinions, but when it comes to make a decision regarding your purpose, be focused. They take that decision, because you will be responsible for that, and you should not be in a position to regret the decision that you have made towards your purpose. Thank you, and over to you, TTM Rupinder.
Thank you very much, Rohitash. Very wise words indeed. Nimit, how many topics do we have more to go? My estimate is 8. Is that correct? Or we've got 2 more topics to go, or 1 more topic to go?
We have time for 1 more.
Okay, then this is the last topic coming up. So Gaurav and Nasir have raised their hand. Gaurav, do you want to go ahead? Gaurav, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Gaurav, I'm going to close with a topic about the future. You look back only when you don't have anything to look forward to. You look back only when you don't have anything to look forward to. And I think I've sent it to Hina by mistake. I'm pasting it. Gaurav, you can start.
Okay. Past or future, you have to think about it. Past also tells you and give you experiences about many things which you learn from what you have done in the past. Future, yes, no one is certain about the future, but certainly you look forward that what you want to do in the future. But having said that, past experiences are the thing that you have to look after, because you can't repeat the mistakes which you have done in the past and say in the future that I didn't know this. So it's not about you just look forward and you just think about the future, but you learn at each step, and learning from your past experiences will help you in the future also. Life is very short to learn from your own mistakes. You have to learn from others mistakes as well, so it's not about you're learning from your past, but also learning from others too, so that you can make your future better. And if you look for a better if you look for that look forward to get up, uh, look forward like I want to do a certain I want to reach certain level in my career or in my personal journey, then you have to think that what things you have done in the past which you need to improve on so that you can achieve your future. So it's not that if you look in your past, you're not uh, you don't have anything to look forward to, but it's a learning you look in your past that will help you decide your future. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster TTM Rupinder.
Thank you. And before I close, remember I said that at the end of the session, you will get ideas for your speech. How many of you heard a topic and wished it had come to you? How many of you? How many of you? Did you want a topic coming to you? I wish I had done that topic. Well, today's topics were just 1 to 2 minutes long. What stops you from writing a 5 to 7 minute speech on it? I leave you with that thought. And with that, I would request the poll master to launch the polls for the best table topic speaker. And I hand it back to our very capable Toastmaster of the day, Anant Katyayani. Anant, you can continue while the polls are going on.
Thank you. Please take less than 10 seconds to submit the polls for the best table topic speaker. The polls may get closed at any point. They are already 50% or more done. Meanwhile, I wish I had more time to talk about some more future predictions, like how the world would be devoid of the birds and the bees. The glaciers would have been melted away. Some cities would have been submerged. We would have had so many other things, disastrous things, innovative things would be on the rise. But since we were limiting ourselves to technology and how it would have shaped the world, think of a new currency. We have already started seeing the seeds, cryptocurrencies. In future, there would be simple single currency, one currency ruling not just the planet, but maybe the whole solar system. Who knows? You never know. Now, the way you shop, the way you stop, everything will be changed. Communication, however, will always and always, in my humble opinion, will be a skill that you will not be able to automate completely. It will still need a human touch. You might probably have a machine learning, a machine reading or answering, just like Sophia, the first AI robot that we have, who is a humanoid robot, as we call it. Still, you can have as advanced a software or a robot as possible. You will never have a human as eloquent, as loquacious as a Zoe or a Jim or a Rupinder or a Geeta or a Sheila or a Rohitash or a Unique or an Abhinav. We all have our own identities. We can't be replicated. And that is where I would want to end perhaps my deliberation for today. However advanced the world becomes, communication will not only remain important, but it will become more and more critical in taking shape of the future, in advancing the technologies towards the right direction. This art of articulation, this science of communication, the speaking, the influencing, this will, my dear friend, become the field of experts. And I'm so happy that all 20 or 23 of us who are sitting together in this room, in this virtual room, leveraging the technology, we are taking one step closer to become an expert in this field. The world looks towards us. And on that note, I want to now invite someone who can help us become even one more step closer towards becoming the better version of ourselves. The general evaluator of today's meeting, my presiding officer and the president of the club, Unique Katnuria. Unique, take it over from here, my buddy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Now I would like to start with the evaluation section. So first of all, I would like to evaluate the table topics since they're fresh in my mind as of now. So today we had a very good table topic session, and I think most of the speakers did pretty well. So one disclaimer from my side: for the first four speakers, I had major net issues, so I was not able to hear them all through. So I tried best to make out the best of what they were saying, and I'll share my opinions based on that. So let's start. The first speaker was Jim. Jim, you had a very good you had a very good beginning, and you were able to connect the topic to a childhood story about how you were cornered in a school when the government officials came. So what I thought was that the linkage of this story to so you were able to link the topic to the story, but this story I don't think links that well with what you proceeded saying after that. So the linkage of story could be worked on, provided it was not I was not able to hear due to network issue, but that was my observation. But again, you had a very calm presence at the stage, and you were it was not at all seeming like you were feeling a table topic. Sherman, again, very good attempt, and again you executed very calmly. And there were a few network issues, but I was not able to find anything where I can give you a recommendation to improve. But I think your attempt was pretty good. Next speaker was Zoe, and I apologize for the network outage at my end, but I was completely not able to hear even a single word of what you said. But I will definitely go back and look at the YouTube live recording, because I have heard you before. You are a good speaker. I would definitely like to know what you spoke on that difficult topic. But as of now, I don't have any recommendations. Next speaker was Hina. Hina, again, after Zoe's speech, so I joined back. You were in the middle of your table topic, but I was able to see your ending, and you reiterated the topic in between your speech. I think it connected pretty well with the ending. So that's a commendation from my side. But the biggest commendation was the smile you had while giving the table topic. So that always adds to the charm of the speaker, in my opinion. So for the next speaker, Toastmaster Sheila, not an easy topic which you got, but I liked how you attempted it with a very dissecting opinion, and you had a very positive message during your table topic attempt. So I really liked that as well. Geeta is a very eloquent table topic speaker, as we all know, and today also I was not able to find any flaw in your speech. I think it was a very good attempt. Rohitesh, you were I really liked how you talked about that during this lockdown. Either you can have a like, if you're sitting at home, you can have a second job, or you can improve your skills like you are doing in a Toastmaster. That was a very you took the table topic and was able to connect it personally. So I really like that in your table topic. The next speaker was Gaurav. Gaurav, kudos to you. You are able. One thing I have noticed, not only in this table topic, others also, that you are able to once you hear a table topic, you are able to swap multiple threads of thought. I mean, for a table topic, you can have multiple thoughts, and you can or they come to your mind like spontaneously, and that's a very good quality to have. But along with that, there is one thing we need to be aware of. That is that we don't let it affect the consistency of our topic. So what I observed was that you were going very steadily with the first idea that came to your mind, and the table topic was going pretty smooth. But then all of a sudden you switched and you came to another idea. So that switch was a bit abrupt. Maybe you can wait for a second, wait for 2-3 seconds before speaking and arrange those ideas, so you are able to have a more transition smooth topic. But overall, your topic, your attempt was very good. I am giving you this suggestion just to take it to the next level. And with that, we come to end of the table topic evaluation. Now, I would like to invite on stage the evaluator, for our one and only speaker today. So, with a huge round of applause, let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Arunima Bindal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Unique. Gayatri, what a session it was. I don't have anything to evaluate. When you say the word Om, it gives you so much positivity that I cannot look at the recommendations. I can only focus on the good words, because when you talk about meditation, the chakras, the mantras, and everything, it fills you with positivity. So it is very tough for me to evaluate you today, hence finding the commendations. All I have is recommendations for you. I really like how you choose the topic, because this is the topic which not everybody would want to hear. There are few people who finds it boring, but it was commendable how you made it interesting. You focused on everything that could be a part of a meditation for a normal human being, hence clearing all the doubts so that there are no such questions, which is a good thing when you go for a Q&A, so that even if the audience is unaware, like we had some questions that somebody had no idea about meditation and and don't believe in religious and spirituality, You guided them well, and in the session itself, you cleared your doubts, leaving no space for question and answers. But since it was the question and answer session, you excelled at it. You were well prepared, you did your homework, you had everything ready, you made all the research, and you were prepared with all the answers that could arise. Hence, as per the rule of the Toastmasters, I have only two recommendations for you. Gayatri, if we can work on the vocal variety, then I think you would be a very good orator in the Q&A, because when you talk, because you maintain the smile throughout. But then if you, when you talk about the mantras, if you could little bit focus more, like om, you were like om, sham, hum. If you could say hum, like that could create an impact. And one thing, if, like when you were about to demonstrate, if we could have some better lighting, that is my only commendation for you. Overall, it was a great speech. I would love to learn some spiritual trainings from you. You maintained the eye contact throughout. You were very clear on your content. The gestures were used appropriately at the right place. You were comfortable in talking about your project. I wish you all the best for your future question and answer sessions. Over to you, Toastmaster Uni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arnima. I'm sure your evaluation will help the speaker. Now, I would like to start with the tag team report first. So let's start with the grammarian report. So I would like to invite on stage our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal. Nimit, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am ready with my report. And for that, I would like to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, it's visible.
All right, so let us start with the word of the day itself. And I must say that what I envisaged at the start has become true, because so many speakers use the word of the day today, and that is visible on your screen, starting with the Toastmaster of the day, the General Evaluator Unique, Table Topics Master Rupinder, and a couple of our table topic speakers as well, Hina and Rohitash, use the word of the day. So I am very happy on that note. And we, of course, I noted a lot of good usages. It was a very terrific day at the office, starting with the role players first. Unique use wear multiple hats dissecting. Anant use speculate, which means to predict. Sumptuous, eloquent, and deterred. The meanings of that are mentioned over there. Gayatri used a phrase, music going around, encompasses, which means to surround, propagate, and internalization, which means to incorporate in self. Rupinder used nuggets of wisdom, and Arunima used did your homework, which means to be prepared in advance. Coming to the improper usages, there were very few. I had to literally nitpick a few of them, starting with a lot more better, of course, can be reduced to lot better. There were a few Hindi terms in this prepared speech, mudra, chakra, and given that we have international audience in the meeting today, perhaps if not translating each and every instance, maybe at one instance at the beginning, if we give the English translation for all those jargons, that would have been much more relatable things. For example, mudra could be translated to position, and chakra could be translated to a focal point. There was a term, you see your ending, which should have been listen to your ending, and going very heavily. was impropriately used. Have a more transition smooth can be corrected to have a smoother transition. Having said that, there were a few more good usages this time from the table topic speakers. For instance, Jim used government at home and nitty gritty, which means the practical aspects. Zoe used pursuit of wisdom. Hina used pondering, which means to think. Noise to a few music to others by design, which means by nature. Sheila used resonate, which means to relate. Geeta used man proposes, God disposes. Rupinder used nuggets of wisdom, and Rohitash used bearing the consequences. So thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit, for that wonderful report. And now let's move to the second role player for the day. I would like to welcome on stage our counter for the day, Toastmaster Manisha. Toastmaster Manisha, over to you. Please share your report.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. It was very interesting and I would say very easy to evaluate the meeting in terms of the filler words and the filler sounds that were used. Not a lot of filler words, but yes, certain filler sounds that I noticed during the meeting. I would like to share my screen to give you a very comprehensive idea of the number of times that filler sounds were used. So Nimit used 5 times. Gayatri used twice. Anant, who played the role of TMOD, used 5 times. Nikita used once. Unique, who is the presiding officer, used and 5 times and 5 times. Arunima used 2 times. Hina used 5 times. Sherman used and twice and as well twice. Zoe used once. Geeta used once. Rohitash used a filler word the twice. And lastly, Gaurav used the filler word the twice and 3 times. So that's all for the counter report. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manisha, for that very descriptive and crisp report. Last but not the least, let's go to our timer for the day, Toastmaster Haritika, for her report.
I'm sharing my screen. Today I envisaged that I won't be able to take up any role because I was not well, but then my father told me that don't limit yourself, and I am here with the report of time. Today we were in red zone for almost all the members except 2, that is the R counter and one of the table topic speaker. Our presiding officer took 9 minutes and 38 seconds because we had lot many announcements today. Then our Toastmaster of the day took 16 minutes and 2 seconds. Our general evaluator took 10 minutes and 41 seconds. Our counter took 1 minute and 12 seconds. Grammarian took 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And Gayatri, as a prepared speaker, took 23 minutes and 31 seconds. Then for the table topics, all were in the grace period though. Jim took 2 minutes 18 seconds. Sherman took 1 minute 54 seconds. Zoe took 2 minutes 19 seconds. Hina took 2 minutes 25 seconds. Sheila took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Geeta took 2 minutes 19 seconds. Rohitash took 2 minutes 18 seconds. And then final table topics, Gaurav took 2 minutes 4 seconds. And for the evaluators, Arunima took 3 minutes and 4 seconds. That's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Haritika, for that detailed report. Now I would like to have the evaluation for some role players. So first, the speech evaluator, Arunima, I think yeah. So we can have polls first. So let's have the polls for auxiliary role player. Techmaster, could you please launch the poll? So the polls are up. You can vote. Meanwhile, I'll continue with my evaluation, and the polls will close in next 10 seconds or so. So please do what quickly. So coming to our prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Arunima. Arunima, I think your feedback was very encouraging. You picked very specific examples of the positive qualities of the speaker, and you also gave 2 recommendations. But so the recommendation is an opinion of the evaluator himself. But I think we could have maybe commented on the timing, which was more of an issue in the meeting, not only for the speaker but all for everyone. But specifically, as you were evaluating the speaker, I think that issue could have been addressed. But overall, your feedback was very encouraging, and you had good recommendations also. Next, I would like to evaluate my tag team. So I would start with the timer. Timer, very good job. I don't see any glitch which was seen during the timing showing the card. As well as your report was very precise, and it was very readable. So good job to you. And you also took the role at last minute, so kudos for that also as well. Toastmaster Manisha, your R counter role, I really liked how crisply you were able to finish your report well within time. In fact, you were one of the few people who were able to do it in time. So it was detailed and crisp as well. So I really liked it. But one challenge for you for the next time, which I have seen very good R counters do, is they are able to see the pattern in which speaker uses the stop word. For example, it's just an example. You can say that unique you are using and it is you use it because you frequently are using this after this kind of word. So basically, you are trying to analyze where the speaker is using the stop word so that you can have a more incisive recommendation for them. But overall, your speech was good. This is just a challenge to take it to the next level. And last, Toastmaster Nimit for his grammarian role. Toastmaster Nimit, a very good word of the day. It was used very frequently. You had very detailed report, and I really liked the visual aid you used. In fact, the thumbs up sign against the number of usages that the speaker made for the word of the day. So I really liked the way you visually presented your report. It could have been a little more crisp, in my opinion. So maybe not read out the things that already are the audience are seeing. So it could have been more crisp, but it was a very actionable report, in my opinion. Also, I would like to thank you and Toastmaster Anand for supporting the meeting altogether. I know there were a lot of network issues we are facing today, and our original tech master had dropped off, and you have to take that responsibility also. And you were literally, along with Anand, wearing multiple hats, and it's a very difficult job to manage with grammarians. So kudos to you, and thanks on the behalf of all of the audience for making this meeting smooth, even in the faces of error. And with that, conclude my tag team report. And now I would like to evaluate the meeting as a whole. So our silent arm started the meeting. So there's a English saying which goes that when it doesn't rain, it doesn't rain, but when it rains, it pours. So for me, it was same today. First of all, I was not able to come to the meeting in time, and then I had multiple connectivity issues, and so I was not able to hear the silent arms today. Instead of hearing it in the past, I hope she today also did a great job. Coming to the presiding officer, which was me, and first of all, as you all know, I was late, so 1 mark cross for me on that. And next, coming to team odd. So team odd, I would like to congratulate you today. You had a very interesting team planned, and I really know that you had many ideas to share, but you were able to you sacrificed your own content for finishing the meeting on time. And that is the quality of a great leader who has the vision, the goal at first, and personal ambition or personal goals in the second. So a huge round of applause for you on that. And also along with Nimit and Rupinder in the back end managing all the technical issues we were facing. So thanks for that as well. And I don't have any recommendation for you as of today. A brilliant job done by you. And same goes for Toastmaster Rupinder. a very interesting table topic session, I would have to say. The topics were not that straightforward, but they were like very what we would call that. It was very thought provoking, and everybody had their opinions about that. So they were not straightforward, but they were not like random topics. They were like challenging your brain and maybe digging past or using your imagination in the future. So very good topics. Just one suggestion for you: in the first few topics, the topics were such that you had to give a background about the topic. So you had to give one or two sentences about the topic, and then you actually gave the topic. So either avoid that kind of topic, or let's trust our speaker to make their own interpretation and go with it. And that's all from for the role player side. And meeting in general, it was a very good meeting. The most impressive thing to me was that during Gayatri's session, it could have been a haywire where everybody could have started speaking. But I would like to congratulate the audience on their etiquette, that they were all raising their hands and waiting for their turn, even though they had they had their own questions, but the decorum was maintained even in that. So kudos to you for that. The chat section was largely quiet, and there were just one or few things that while the speaker was speaking, the message was sent in the public chat. So let's avoid that. You can use the public chat, but only when there is a break in between the speakers. And other times, let's use the private chat only, so that the speaker doesn't get disturbed. So, and one last thing, that there was a bit of time issue. So it was that kind of a day that we were not able to manage our time better. So and the onus lies on as much as on me as any other role player for that. So this is like a joint recommendation we all can have. With that, I would like to conclude my general evaluator report and go back to our futuristic keynote of the day, Toastmaster Anand Katyani. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Unique. That you really did deliver a wholesome feedback for all of us. And on that note, if everyone agrees, I think he deserves a good round of applause from all of us. You didn't even leave the audience, poor audience. You gave a positive feedback, but you at least covered them up as well. So that's a sign of a very calm and composed leader. And I know personally how much you are running behind in the background, trying to make ends meet in terms of timing, your availability. We already had a couple of people in the background, backup evaluators, backup GE, etc. But then all is well if it ends well, isn't it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, since we had such a nice meeting, why don't we make it even more memorable by switching on our videos, posing for a camera and taking a selfie. So let's have the best faces forward. Rupinder, get behind the line. Everyone else, come forward. Hey, now Rupinder smiling. You can come forward as well. And now I am the next victim after Gayatri on this very poor joke. So let's put our faces together, smile, and if possible, maybe have a kind of gesture made with your hands. Anything? Thank you. This pic is taken by me and one by Haritika as well. We'll circulate it in our groups.
Let's do one with a mukra. Let's do one with a mukra.
Oh, let's have one more with this mudra. Haritika, over to you. Let us know. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I would also want you to be added to our guest WhatsApp group in case you are on WhatsApp, in case you want to know what are the upcoming themes and all. So Unique and Nimit or either of them will be sharing that link in the chat section. You can avail that. One sensational update we have for you. I might not be able to predict the future, maybe not at 2050 level, but I may predict what's happening on Sunday. As most of you know, we meet twice a week. So Turning Point on Sunday, managed by a complete separate team under the leadership of our grammarian and the past club president Nimit Mittal, we are managing a whole parallel effort as well. And it is our privilege that Nimit here is with a theme and a poster to unveil what's happening interesting on Sunday. So Nimit, why don't you come and share with us in brief?
Thank you for that opportunity, Anant. Yes, of course, we are so thrilled, like we always are before the Turning Point Toastmasters meeting, and we are coming up again this Sunday with yet another interesting theme. And this time it would be all about finding your purpose, your quest for your meaning. I, as of now, would just like to take 1 second to be ready with the poster. Would like
Yeah.
to unveil that.
Meanwhile, you share the poster. I would also co-spotlight the person who is taking it up. So Hina, why don't you switch your video on? I would spotlight you alongside him. So here is the lady, ladies and gentlemen, who has just got reinstated to our club and is being the TMOD. Let's have a round of applause for both of them.
Yes, so let us, Hina, the Toastmaster today, why don't you share some insights, some teaser about what are you going to share in on Sunday? In the meanwhile, I'll try to bring up the poster.
Sure, Nimit. While you get that on, let me tell you a little something about what to expect. So I'm sure you all like going on treasure hunts, and you've read a lot of stories about amazing treasure hunts. And if you've been a mom like me, my son's birthday always starts with a treasure hunt. So I'm a big fan of quest and traveling and finding undiscovered places. So come with me to this amazing quest where we are going to search for some treasures together, discovering a lot of hidden gifts on the way, including an opportunity to discover what our own purpose would be. So I invite you all to this quest where I hope you will enjoy and discover and find those purpose, like we say, because great minds have purpose, others just have wishes. So come along, bring your friends too.
Thank you very much, Hina. I personally am looking forward to it, and you all can see the details there. You can all note it down, and it would be shared with you. Although, so you just have to register at bit.ly tptm Sunday and be there at 1:15 p.m. IST UTC plus 5:30. Okay, on 4th of April. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Nimit and team. We would definitely be there. Now I close the theme and hand over to our presiding officer, Unique, once again to announce the results. But before that, a quick polling. Over to you, Unique, and Techmaster, please launch the poll.
Yeah, so please vote for the best role player. You can see the options on the screen. We have 10 seconds. Okay, so let's start with the one of the most important criteria for turning point Toastmaster, that is feedback from the guest. So in the random order I'm seeing you guys on my screen, I'm going to invite you for your feedback. So let's start with Toastmaster Zoe. Zoe, could you please unmute yourself and share what you liked about our meeting and improve?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Zoe, could you please share your recommendation for us? Yeah, you are audible.
Yes. This is my second time to join your online meeting. Last time as a guest, because I was just outside, unable to join the session, and this time as the table topic speaker. To me, it's really eye-opening to meet Toastmaster fellows in India, because I've never been there. and I suppose I won't be able to make it in a while. And you guys you are really professional. I can see every details. For example, the table talking master, how he handles the whole meeting, and also Toastmaster of the day. They too are the host of the whole session. I also learned a lot about meditation, and that's something new to me. So thanks to our prepared speaker. Actually, I think all of those table topic questions are really great. So I may think more about them after the meeting. And what else? I also will promote this club to my friends in China, because this is really one of the club. Maybe, I just think that maybe it's a great way to have some joint events if possible. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zoe, for that wonderful gesture. And we would like to have you in the future meetings as well. Next, I would like to get to Toastmaster Jim for his feedback.
Thanks for having me today. And Gayatri, wow, what persistence. I don't know what accident you had, but you got scrapes down your arm and everything, and still you're here to do the workshop. So let me ring you a sound for meditation. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jim. Next, I would like to get to our guest, Toastmaster Sheila McIntyre. Could you please share your feedback?
Hello, thank you for Rupi inviting me. I was late to the meeting, but I appreciate being able to come. I loved the thorough General Evaluators report. Since I am up for General Evaluator next week, I learned some different tidbits that can help me for that. Didn't do so well the last time I was General Evaluator, so something I'm definitely looking for feedback on. Toastmaster of the Day, great job. Also, Toastmaster table topics, really good topics. I love how you said, hey, did you wish you got that topic? I'm like, yes, yes. And so now I think I have a good topic for my next speech. So I enjoyed the meeting. I enjoyed coming. I love Indian Toastmaster meetings. They are run so well, and just everything is done with excellence. So really enjoyed my time here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheila, for that wonderful feedback, and all the best for your next General Evaluator role. I know that you will do very well. Next, we have Abhinav Chaube with us. Abhinav, could you please unmute yourself and share your feedback?
Hello, everyone. All I have to say about this meeting was I had not imagined that this meeting was going to be that a lot more of communication, and I think if I keep
Abhinav, in case you can switch, Abhinav, if you can stop your video, we would be better able to hear you properly. Abhinav, in case you can switch off your video, then try to speak, you will be audible. Your voice is breaking. Okay, Nick, we can return to Abhinav.
I think, yeah, I think we can, he's facing some network issue. Next, I would like to ask Toastmaster Rohitesh for his feedback. Toastmaster Rohitesh, could you unmute yourself and share your feedback?
No, I'm not getting any response from Rohitesh.
Yes, so I would like to confirm with Rupinder, are the certificates ready? Okay. Meanwhile, we can have the feedback. Yeah, meanwhile, we can have feedback from Toastmaster Geeta for the meeting.
Hello, hi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay. It was such an amazing, I really love you people. It was such a wonderful session. Loved Gayatri's session. Love to know more about, I myself do a lot of meditation and yoga, but I really enjoyed this yoga session, meditation session. And again, the table topics, excellent. All set the mind to creativity. Really, they were amazing topics. And the whole session. Love you people. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta, and wonderful as always to have you in the meeting. I would like to Rohitesh is here. Is he back? Rohitesh, could you hear us? I think he's away from screen. Toastmaster Rupinder, are you ready with the certificate?
Yes, we are.
Over to you, Toastmaster Rupinder, for certificates and winner announcement.
Okay, now that you can look at my screen, I have one more announcement to make. Why is my screen sharing paused? 1 second. I have one small announcement to make. This Sunday, I will be showcasing how to use the certificate generator that we have developed. So if you're interested in generating certificate for your clubs, please do join us on Sunday. It'll be a short 10 minutes module. It's quite simple. So let's dive right into the certificates. We believe in, so yesterday I heard a speech in which, was it yesterday? Was it day before yesterday? That you don't love back, you only pay it forward. So you only, you don't pay love back, you pay it forward. And Toastmaster Geeta, here's a lot of love coming to you. Thank you very much. And many congratulations. You were the best table topic speaker number 3.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
As to the best table topics speaker number 2, Zoe, many congratulations. It was a difficult topic, and I'm still wondering if tomato ketchup is actually a smoothie or not. But thank you for taking that up. Thank you for putting your hand up. And the mentee gets the second prize. The mentor gets the first prize. Many congratulations all the way from China to Hong Kong to Australia. Jim won. Many congratulations. Okay. Now moving on to the best auxiliary role player. No surprises here. It's usually the grammarian who takes it, but today he got a very good fight from the timer. But nevertheless, many congratulations to Nimit Mittal, a well earned. I never get tired of saying this, but integrity is the first value in Toastmasters. So when I award this certificate to myself, I will also want to tell you that this was a very close fight. It was literally hammer and tongs. It was very close, just a margin of 1 vote. So many congratulations to Rupinder Singh. Moving on to the best speech. Okay, these two were the tough ones. I mean, I had a very difficult time deciding who was the best speech evaluator and the best speaker. But, you know, without making you people hold your breath and still wonder who it is, many congratulations, Anudima Bindal and Gayatri Deshmukh. And with that, now I'll go back over here and I will hit send certificates by email. Hopefully the certificates should reach to you by email even as I speak. The script has finished. I'll just go back to the award section. There is no error message, so that means that all of you have received the certificates in your email inboxes. For that, I will stop sharing my screen. I will give it back to the presiding officer. Before I do that, in case you are interested in table topics, then Embark Toastmasters Club does a meeting exclusively dedicated to Toastmasters every Saturday. If you want details, I'll be happy to provide you the same. So once again, 1 to 2 minute topic or 5 to 7 minute topic is for you to decide. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, for that brilliant tool you have created for certificate generation. And I'm sure if we join Sunday, we will definitely learn a lot. And I have used it, and I am, I can I'm a witness to that it's a very efficient tool, and this is something you can really add to your club in case you are from other club, or if you are from our club also. It's nice to learn this kind of technology. And with that, I'm resharing a few links and details regarding our Sunday meeting. So we meet every Sunday 1:15. The poster was just unveiled by the club president as well, our immediate class president, as well as the team mod herself. And you also have there a link for our WhatsApp guest WhatsApp group. So you can use this link to get added to that WhatsApp group and see all the latest updates from our side. And there are a few contact details shared in case you have any queries. And with that, I would first like to take the leave of the online YouTube audience. So thanks for joining us, and I would like to close the YouTube live streaming now. And thanks all for joining.